It's time for Blumpkin and Friends, starring your host, the Reverend Johnny Blumpkin.
Hey kids, I'm the Reverend Johnny Blumpkin, and with me here today is my friend,
Dr. Murr, the noise monster.
So much confidence when you say that.
I don't know what to say nowadays because so many people know me by Dr. Murr, but everything now is noise monster.
All of your accounts are at Noise Monster.
Yeah, I got the monopoly. I'm lucky.
That's awesome.
It is. It's really nice.
So I don't think you've been here for like a year.
At least, yeah.
And a lot of that had to do with odd work schedules. You had another baby.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously the pandemic.
Yep, the vidster.
One of the last times I saw you is when they did the rap showcase where you were emceeing that bitch. And that was the night that you overloaded the mic with your bass.
Yes.
And blew out a speaker.
Correct, yeah.
And none of that shit's going on anymore because that place closed.
Yep.
And there's nobody doing concerts right now.
Can't do shit.
Unless you're a national band and you're doing live shows via the internet.
Or drive-ins are big.
Really?
Yeah, especially comedy shows.
I suppose.
Bert Kreischer and Tom Segura, Mark Rabelais, who is, I guess, half comedian, half musician. Really more musician, but yeah, they do. You go to like a drive-in area, I'm assuming.
Yeah. Everybody
stays in their car, and then you just like, I don't know if you like tune into a radio or they give you a thing you put in your radio to listen to it, but sounds pretty fucking cool actually.
So it's been around a year, and you've been doing as much as you can to get your name out there and try different entertainment venues.
Yes.
To get out there. You've become a, quote, content creator.
I think that's the best way to describe it, yeah. Because I love streaming, but I also like short form. I like videos that are just entertaining. I still would love to do voiceover, but I've been focusing a lot more on content.
Yeah. There's a lot of air quoting going on that
no
one can see us doing. So, I mean, for years you had your beatboxing videos.
Yep.
And then you started your game streaming. Mm-hmm. What was your game of choice? Did you have one or was it multiples when you were streaming?
When we first started?
Yeah.
It was a lot of Modern Warfare. Just because it was kind of fun and we were enjoying it. But I like to consider myself more of a variety streamer. Like, I'll pick a game and play that one mostly, but kind of whatever the fuck I'm feeling, you know? Which can be kind of tough because a lot of people that watch streams, they want to watch you play fucking Warzone every day. But it's got to be a little bit for me, and I can't just do the same fucking.
No, I hear you.
Unless it's a game I really enjoy, like this game we're playing now, Genshin Impact is fucking awesome. I love it.
What the fuck is that now?
It's like an RPG, an online RPG.
Okay.
So it's like Final Fantasy with kind of like Zelda Breath of the Wind graphics. It's fucking awesome.
So when you came in, I don't know how it got broached for a topic, but obviously my oldest started talking about wanting to have her own game channel.
Mm-hmm.
She wants to be a gamer and have a gaming channel.
It's fucking smart.
Yeah, except that I don't know the fucking logistics of having her do that shit. And her mom's like, you can get a gaming channel. And it's like, if you think I don't know shit about computers and the internet and still have my flip phone, her mom really doesn't know shit about the internet.
Yeah, she's young, so you'd want to be careful as far as using VPN clients and just monitoring her chat for her. But there's kids that do unboxing videos. I'm pointing at his toys that he has, by the way.
Yeah.
And they make $1 million a month.
Dude, they used to watch so many of those. Someone's going to open up a big pack of Shopkins and see which ones they get, or they're going to open this toy or that toy, and what the fuck happened to kids today that they just want to watch somebody else open a toy?
It's the gambling brain, man. The kids are they're empathetic and they like to see other people achieve and get good things. Holy shit, you got that fucking card. It's because kids are empathetic and
I can't watch that shit.
No, me neither. But it sure is lucrative. Holy fuck.
Yeah, and then the kids like use the money that they get from the ad revenue just to buy a bunch of toys, just to open them. Mm-hmm. And then
they have sponsorships and
they just get rid of the shit, it sounds
memberships and it's what I'm trying to do is very viable for a lot of people.
Yeah.
The thing that's, and like my neighbor, I think he was saying his daughter, who I think she's like 16, She's been into gaming, I think, and is maybe talking about streaming. I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah. If you're a chick, you're gonna make fucking money. You're gonna. If you're an attractive woman, play it, bro.
And you don't have to have your boobs out the whole time.
No,
it helps.
You just have to have them.
It helps.
It doesn't hurt. And just play it. Fuck it. Well, you only pop like 80 good. Well, yeah, that's fine. I make $100,000 a month, so in a year I don't have to ever work again in my entire life. If I, it's like,
right.
It's so viable of a career choice. I wish I would have done this. I wish I would have started making content when YouTube was started peaking it when I was like 20, because I really think I have the drive, and I think I'm funny enough and likable enough. Not that I'm trying to like blow smoke up my own ass, but I think I really would have been successful if I would have started sooner.
I will say that you're multi-talented enough with your ability to play multiple instruments and sing and beatbox, the streaming games thing. Obviously, you're not doing much of this anymore, but the arm wrestling thing. Mm-hmm. You had your hand in a lot of different pots doing different shit, and you seem to excel at most of them. So
it's just when kids are like, I want to do a gaming channel, older generation is still like, that's not fucking fun.
You're not going to make any money doing that.
You see that fucking doofus with the blue hair? He makes about, I don't know, fucking $5 million a month. He lives in a house where he has his own private fucking fiber optic line that he pays $5,000 a month for, so we can get a fucking 1,500 up and down. Like, it's doable. You can make, and that's the thing is like a lot of stuff like that. It's like we're doing these NFTs now, the online collectibles, which is kind of like stocks, really. The thing you remember about stuff like that, streaming, stocks, collectibles, flipping stuff, is it's like you don't have to make 10 million or make nothing to live with it. And King wouldn't even have to work. If I made 2,000 a month, we'd be fine. We wouldn't have to do shit. That's it.
Right.
That's all I fucking need. You tell me I can't make 2,000 a month doing any of these things? That's perfectly goddamn reasonable. There's so many levels in between that are success that people like just don't pay attention to. It's like, well, that dude's making 10 million, sweetie. You would make fucking nothing. The thing you gotta remind kids of is that it's just because you're doing something you love doesn't mean it's easy. I love doing this. I love entertaining people, and I really want to do it. It's the hardest I've ever worked in my entire fucking life, and I have gotten $0 from it.
Right.
So it's something to remember. It is a bit of a gamble. If you're an entertainer, you're gambling for a living, essentially.
Well, you have to find a way to get your one big break. You get noticed the one time, and people are like, oh, I like this dude or this chick. And then they go back and check out your other shit, which hopefully hooks them in even harder. And then the word of mouth.
And so that's a tough road, too, because you can have that viral video, but if you don't have any content behind that that's enjoyable that people like you see this on TikTok a bunch because you can get paid through TikTok. I mean, like $15 or something. Through view counts, you can have a viral video where you get 15 million views on it. That's probably $5,000 right there.
Yeah.
And every video before it and after it is like 300 to 500 views, because they had that viral funny thing, but like that's just so happened to be the one viral funny thing.
Yeah, that lightning in a bottle that they caught.
And I've got so much content, and I got beatbox stuff and streams on deck, and I've got tons of content that I think is good on TikTok and Instagram from, a year, 2 years ago. So like I feel like if I get that spark, people are going to come into my profile and go, "Oh, holy shit, he's been doing this for a minute. This is okay." So it's it's a fucking balance. You can't just have a viral video, depending on where you're coming from. Again, if you're a hot chick, you're in the fucking plus, but it's just the fucking truth. And they get away with anything they want. And that's not necessarily bad in an industry that's been dominated by men for the last ever.
Yeah, pretty much.
So like I'm not getting like upset. Like,
the ninjas,
women,
the pootie pies.
White girls more successful than me. I'm just saying it's the truth, and it's fucking undeniable. If you're a woman, especially if you're an attractive woman, you're making fucking money.
Wasn't it like Olivia Munn? Didn't she start on G4 Tech TV?
Mm-hmm. And then she did movies and fucking God knows what else she's into now. Probably has an OnlyFans. Probably makes $50K a month.
Bro, she fucking could. She is goddamn delicious.
She's not ugly.
No.
So, yeah.
And she knows her way around a katana sword.
True.
How badass is that?
Yeah, fucking cut you up.
Okay, so with the beatboxing now, obviously they're not doing like in-person competitions and shit. Are they having people still submit videos?
Online competitions, yep.
So how do they do that? You record your shit, or they do it over like a Microsoft Teams or a Zoom or a format like that?
A lot of the times with entries, it's wild cards.
Yeah.
And that's what even in in-person shows, that's how it's been, where you submit a video on YouTube and tag whatever you need to tag, and then the judges watch that and pick the top 16 that'll then go to the venue and compete. And so that's what a lot of them are still. And then I'm assuming it's Zoom meetings that they're doing. I'm assuming it's through Zoom or Discord.
I don't know that one.
Discord is audio, so it's probably I'm guessing they're doing audio through. Because I can't imagine you could do audio through Zoom super good, but I don't know.
You'd have to have a stellar mic or it's going to sound like shit. Because if you're in a crappy room with bad acoustics.
Well, and that's the thing with online competing too, is like some dudes have a $500 microphone and a $500 preamp. And they got fucking and like they sound fucking gnarly, dude. And then other kids are on their fucking cell phones and...
Yeah.
You got to be careful not to judge based on audio quality.
Well, that's one thing I've been struggling with ever since I started recording songs, is trying to make vocals sound decent enough for like pro demo quality out of my basement when I don't have a recording booth or a console.
Which you could totally do.
I basically take a box, that doll bed box, and I put it around the computer. And then I put the one mic in front of it, and then I read my lyrics off the screen, and I have that to kind of stop the sound.
Yep.
Not ideal by any measure, because I'm not standing up, and I don't know how to pad the mic so that I can fucking shout my shit. Because I feel like some of my songs, if I was shouting my lyrics a little bit more emphasis on it, more believable, it hits harder. It's terrible trying to be a white rapper, as it is, and then I have almost exclusively... comical material. So I'm never going to be like Stitches or 6ix9ine that are just screaming gang shit.
I mean, you have good enough mics, you could just throw the fucking gain up a bit more and stand back a bit and then just notch it down.
Well, one thing I do have that I've never used is I have this...
an actual mixer?
I have a mixer that was gifted to me by Graham,
Boom.
My friend who used to do IT Radio. Fucking Reese Hartfeld's like, hey, you ever want to hook up that mixer? He was excited just to monkey around with fucking machines.
Yeah.
But he's a hermit, so you never see him.
Yeah. But like you could soundproof this room, but like this is basically what me and my dad did. We had 2 concrete walls, and then we put in the studs for these 2, and then sheetrocked them, and then we covered all of it with construction blankets, and then soundproofing tiles.
Wow.
And so
how much did the tiles cost you?
Not much. The ones on, because we couldn't hang up curtains on the outside wall, condensation and whatever the fuck. So that one had its nice foam tiles my dad got me. It was like nice foam soundproofing, and then these ones are all just egg cartons. Like not literal cartons you buy eggs in, but like it's the
egg carton.
It's stuff. Soundproofing
the squares.
Yeah. And those were pretty cheap. Construction blankets really aren't miserably expensive either.
Well, one thing, once upon a time ago when I started doing this, we just stapled an old comforter up to the ceiling of the room.
Yeah, and that's what we did with the blankets. Just obviously they're construction blankets, so they're a little thicker, but yeah, I mean it's totally doable.
You're listening to Blumpkin and Friends.
So now let's go back to your streaming of games now.
Yeah.
You were on Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're only on YouTube?
Yes.
Why?
I just like it better. Twitch is it's on kind of its own island, and the staff there are exceptionally unpredictable with how they ban people and what they get banned for, and like I haven't seen as much of it on YouTube. I mean, granted, if you can't show nudity and you can't do racial slurs, but like I say fuck every other word, and I like to say cunt, talk about cum and balls and biting nipples and sucking toes, and it's just, if Twitch is just like, well, I don't fucking like that today, ban. And you won't know why, they won't fucking tell you why, you'll go to log in, you're fucked, your money's gone. And it's just, I was so new to Twitch. I've been on YouTube binge watching for, when did YouTube start? 2007? I was watching YouTube for 10 hours a day back when I was fucking 17. I remember when there was no commercials on YouTube. But yeah, it's just, I'm on it more. I want to do long form videos, stream highlights, comedy, music. We got some cooking ideas we want to do, and I can put those on YouTube. So it makes more sense. I like the platform. I've been on it for fucking ever. They seem to treat their gamer and their streamers a little bit better because they're not quite as unpredictable. I mean, it's still a fucking corporation and they're going to do what they want for money, but it just
if you have a conservative slant, they tend to ban the shit out of people these days. It's like they're lumping all the right-wing people in with the alt-right racists. And so many people are getting deplatformed.
When you're conservative and you say, well, I think Black Lives Matter, it's a terrorist organization. And, and you say shit like that, well, you're probably going to get banned for, you might be inciting violence. Like, people don't look at why they got banned and they just go, well, I'm fucking conservative, I got banned. Hey, dog, what'd you say?
Well, one guy...
What the fuck did you say, my man? Because...
This guy, TJ, the amazing atheist.
Yeah, I actually know him, yeah.
Okay, he rants all the time about shit. And then for the longest time, they took away his ability to use the name Amazing Atheist.
Really?
Yes. Basically because of the atheism portion of it. And it's not like he was outright, every video is about atheism. Mm-hmm. That's just the name he came up with. And then he was just his actual name, I think it's TJ Kirk, for years. And then he was back to Amazing Atheist all of a sudden.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I remember that, yeah.
And people have had to deal with shit like that where YouTube, for one reason or another, they don't like the name of your channel.
They're not perfect. Obviously, they're not perfect, like I said, but...
So they demonetized people for shit like that, and it just seems ridiculous. And
I would never get monetized. Never.
No?
I swear. Way too much.
Is that what the block is?
Never get monetized.
Yeah, I don't think I ever could with my music, for sure.
Where, like, there's a dude I listen to, Rationality Rules. He does logic and logic puzzles and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And he did a lot of debunking of people's, piss poor arguments like religion and Christian apologists and things like that. And, or pseudoscience. But, like, a lot of them, they can't do that anymore because, like, even if you're debunking it and saying, this is bad, you shouldn't beat kids because they're gay, YouTube still goes, well, you're talking about that. He's like, well, yeah, I'm talking out against it. So he came out with a video and he's like, I can't do debunks anymore. Like, I can't talk about this anymore because I never know what's going to get demonetized. Like, this is what I do for a fucking living.
Jesus Christ.
That's the scary part. And even with YouTube too, is like, you put in so much time and effort and money into these things to make it a living, and they can just take it away in a fucking blink of an eye.
That's one thing that I'm very pro First Amendment and free speech.
100%. You have to.
I do not agree with any of the tiki torch waving white supremacist bullshit they did in Charlottesville.
No.
But of the few things that former President Trump said that I agreed with was, well, you don't have to like what they say, but they have the right to say it.
Yeah, well, to be fair, I think the First Amendment still restricts
hate speech.
Hate speech, yeah. And again, that's the problem is, like, people pick teams and they go, well, I don't like Republicans and conservatives, so they just scoff at people that get banned. But, like, for me, I'm always like, okay, well, what did they actually say? Because they could be complaining, going, well, I got banned for nothing because I'm in this pocket of conservatism. Well, what did you actually say, though? Let me actually read what you said, and then I can make a judgment.
Well, they're not all Alex Jones, who
no, exactly.
says, like, hurtful conspiracy theory shit, like his whole Sandy Hook is a hoax.
Like, things that get him...
ruined him.
Things that get him sued, yes. Kicked off of every platform.
Fuck, that guy was on top of the world, and then he was just a pariah.
But even the others, I mean, it's the problem isn't the problem is extremism on either side. As soon as you get stretched that far out, you're just out of your fucking mind. It's like that with liberals too. Like, if you're that far out, you're an insane person.
But I don't think that any of the uber left that will bash white people, like people of color, basically using reverse racism in their ideas and their videos, I don't think those people are getting banned nearly as much as the opposite side. You don't hear about it as much. Anytime somebody that's right-wing and conservative gets banned, it's like, oh, so-and-so got banned now for saying this. But you never hear about, like, oh, Antifa Joe so-and-so got kicked off of all these streaming platforms for saying this.
Yep. And it could happen just as often. I don't really pay attention to it. But yeah, they certainly say outlandish shit that won't get them banned a lot of the times. And that's just a symptom of media being more liberal dominant. And companies are just going to, if shunning conservatives will get them more money, they might shun more. They don't, like I said, they don't give a fuck. They care about money.
Well, right, and now it's got Trump talking about how he wants to start his own media network for all the MAGA-ites to say whatever the fuck they want. And
I'm sure it'll bomb, like, literally every other business venture aside from taking advantage of immigrants that he's ever done.
Yeah, no shit.
Because literally nothing he's done has been successful except for building buildings with immigrant labor that he pays cents on the dollar for that nobody seems to care about, as they all scream about not taking jobs away from Americans. I don't know. I'm just a fat beatboxer. What do I know? But...
That's okay. He made his own bed.
And now he's out.
And now he's gone.
And it makes me really happy. Not because I necessarily support anybody, but I love seeing crybabies melt down. And the fucking conservatives they're like, for 4 years, he's your president. Suck it up. Nothing you can do about it, all right? We go to work every fucking day and just deal with it. And then now that Biden is in office, they are fucking teenage girls, bro. It is so goddamn funny that I got people on Facebook that share stuff, and I just fucking laugh. And it makes me so fucking happy to watch people cry. I love it. I love it so much. I love watching them cry. Because they're worse than the liberals were when Trump got in office, bro. They're fucking worse. It's hilarious, dude.
Well, I've been laughing at all the Republican senators still pushing this stolen election narrative. And then they're like, well, what proof do you have? And they can never fucking produce any results.
No, there isn't any proof.
Like that Madison Hawthorne guy, whatever, from South Carolina, I think it is. He was on the other day somewhere, and they asked him for proof. He's like, no, I didn't agree with that. He basically sidestepped her question.
Mm-hmm. I mean, like, it was only like one state that was close, wasn't it? It's not like it was like neck and neck. Biden won pretty convincingly, didn't he?
Yeah.
I don't fucking get it.
Yeah.
Not that I really give a shit. I'm a middle-aged white male and nothing affects me in this country, but...
There's not normally this much talk of politics on this show. My other show, yeah, but not this one.
Yeah. I politics and religion I tend to stay away from the older I get. Just because I care less and less and I don't want to piss people off. Like, I have the ability to disagree with people and just not fucking care. Because I think that's where the strength in any community comes from, is your ability to work together through disagreements. I think that's a core of living in a society, but a lot of people don't get that, I guess.
Yeah. Well, let's do something that we always do on this show.
Yeah.
We've reached the point in the show when it's time to play a game.
Beep, beep, beep.
You will be playing BS Trivia.
Yay. I used to be good at this.
It's time to play Bullshit Trivia on Blumpkin and Friends. Okay, so the format is 10 questions. Some may have answers, some may not. I've been known to give a half a point for creativity. The all-time high score sits at 8, and it is shared by you and my friend number one fan, Tim. And that pisses off Joey Black, which is why I'm hoping you break your own record today.
Be fucking sweet.
I try to keep it topical, and I know you do a lot of, like, game streaming, right?
I do.
Today's BS Trivia... pretty video game heavy.
All right, I'm in a bubble of video games, but let's fucking try it.
All right, without further ado, BS Trivia.
Oh, shit!
Question number 1. Spell Katamari.
Katamari. I don't know what the fuck that is.
It's a Japanese game, and it is bananas.
Katamari. Katamari.
That is correct.
Fucking I'm smart as shit.
Joey Black. Coming for you. Question number 2. If you stream for 4 hours a day for 36 days, how many hours total is that?
144.
That is correct. Look at you doing math on the fly.
I'm also a fucking math whiz.
That's awesome. I did not know that about you.
I'm not.
Okay. Question number 3. True or false? GameStop sucks.
True.
That is correct. I'm sure that Lunchbox is laying on his couch with his bad back, gritting his teeth right now.
Trembling.
Son of a bitch. Question number 4. What was the first 64-bit home console to hit the market? This is multiple choice. Would that be Sega Saturn, N64, the original PlayStation, or the Atari Jaguar?
I don't know anything about the Atari Jaguar. The Nintendo 64, I'm going to assume, is 64-bit based on the name. Mm-hmm. The Saturn, I think, technically did come out first, but I don't know if the Saturn is 64-bit. I've never even heard of the Atari Jaguar. I'm almost positive N64 came out before PlayStation as well. I think it was Saturn 64 PlayStation. I'm just not 100% sure about the Saturn.
Look at you going, who wants to be a millionaire on the bit here?
So, we're going to play it safe. We're going to go Nintendo 64.
That is incorrect. Get this. Atari Jaguar comes out first. It only sold like 250,000 units. Came out November 93. Next, a full year later, comes the Sega Saturn, November 94. The month after, for Christmas, 94, PlayStation. N64, June of 96.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Wah, wah.
Still time.
It's okay. If you get all the rest of them correct, you will break your record. Still.
Cool. Let's do it then.
Question number 5. Princess Peach. Would ya?
Is she of age? She's a princess. Well, that doesn't mean anything. I mean, obviously I would. If she's of age, 100%.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I could have said Princess Toadstool. It's 2 different names for the same character, basically.
It is, isn't it? Yeah.
My logic was, she's in charge of the whole Mushroom Kingdom.
Mm-hmm. And plus, if Mario's going through all that work, then that fucking puss must be...
Or he's just never gotten any, and he's just that committed. He's like an incel.
True, yeah.
That is dedicated
He's
to
just
the bit.
simping for Peach.
Fucking right. Maybe she knows her way around a mushroom cap also. Because of that.
Okay.
Question number 6. Higher Rotten Tomatoes score. Would that be Lara Croft, Tomb Raider, or the original Resident Evil?
So a higher as in they considered it better?
Yes, the higher score.
The higher score is the better movie.
Yeah, per the critics.
And you said the original Tomb Raider with Angelina Jolie,
Yes,
or
the original Resident Evil.
Which one was rated higher? It had to have been Resident Evil.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Resident Evil, 35%. Lara Croft Tomb Raider was only 20%.
That makes sense. Because you get to see her boobs too, don't you?
Yeah,
you do when she's in the
Mila
tank.
Jovovich tits.
Yeah. God damn, bro. Her in Fifth Element too.
Oh, yes. Question number 7. I hope you get the reference. Spell Yoshimitsu.
Yoshimitsu is a character from Tekken.
That is correct.
Yoshi Mitsu.
Correct.
He's actually a really fun character to play too.
Fuck.
That's the only fighting game I was ever into.
Was it?
Yeah. I played a Tekken Tag Tournament. It was the only one I really had some nuts on. Otherwise, I'm typically terrible at those games.
Tekken 2, Tekken 3, and I think Tekken 4 I've played.
But my go-to character was Bruce Lee guy. I forget his name.
Was it Law? Question number 8. Always the same question. Always the one that no one ever gets. Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego?
Right now, she is vacationing in Jamaica and probably not buying weed on the beach, just because it's probably not safe to do so. But she might get some jerk chicken later. And when you go to the restaurant, make sure you ask for the actual jerk sauce, like the hot sauce, because I had a buddy go there once, and he's like, "This isn't very hot." And they're like, "We don't think you don't want the..." I probably shouldn't do patois. They're like, "I don't know if you could... You're a white guy. You don't think you can handle this?" And he ate it, and they're like, "Holy fuck, this white guy can handle the hot sauce." So she's probably ordering that, because Carmen Sandiego ain't no bitch. She might do a little topless sunbathing. That's popular down Jamaica. She's probably not going cruise, because that's just a little too much. It's just too many people. You want to relax on the beach. You want to have a mimosa, get a little jerk chicken. And then she's probably going to the area of the beach that maybe more of the locals actually go to, just because I'd imagine when you're in a place like that, the fucking vendors hound the shit out of you to buy stuff. So, yeah, that's my answer.
Okay, that's a lot of logic behind the answer. None of it had to do with pickpocketing. She is a criminal. She is actually in Japan, awaiting the opening of the new Super Mario World theme park at Universal Studios Japan.
Oh, shit.
She's going to pickpocket the shit out of some people when those doors open.
Fuck yeah. Is that actually a thing that's coming out?
Yes.
Oh, sweet.
Okay, well, you can only tie your high score at this point.
Fair enough.
But I'm confident you can pull it off. Question number 9. True or false? You can control the ducks on Duck Hunt with controller number 2.
False.
That is actually true.
Fuck. I didn't know that.
I thought you would have known that one. Okay, I'm hoping you get this last one. Question number 10. Name the movie where this quote comes from. Mortal Kombat on Sega Genesis is the best video game ever.
That's trying to think of which one it is. That's Billy Madison.
That is correct.
Oh, yeah.
You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 out of 10.
I'll take it. That's not bad.
For not doing this for a while, you did very well.
My average is good.
Yeah, it is. Well, I better write your name here so we know who it was. Dr. Merle.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing you have nothing coming up, show-wise, but the streaming. What on YouTube? What's your YouTube channel?
At Noise Monster with a Z, NoizeMonster. And that's, you can find me literally everywhere there. TikTok and Instagram, I really like posting short form just because it's fun, it's entertaining to scroll through.
Mm-hmm.
And then YouTube, I'm trying to get more long form stuff, but between streaming and working and kids, it's really tough to edit videos and have that fucking focus. But I'm trying. I'm fucking trying. So Noise Monster everywhere. Check me out. Come hang out. Or don't. You should though.
Right on.
But you don't have to.
No pressure.
But you should.
Interact with the show on Twitter at Blumpkin Show. That is at Blumpkin Show. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/group/Blumpkin and friends. We are on Podbean at blumpkinshow.podbean.com. For original music, go to soundcloud.com/BlumpkinMusic or search YouTube for Blumpkin Music. I'm the Reverend Johnny Blumpkin.
And I'm Dr. Murr, the Noise Monster.
Good night.
Yeah, motherfucker.